Okay, this video is about some issues I talked about before in some videos. I replied to all these things in comments, in some videos, and face to face. But sometimes people repeat the question, so you repeat the answer. So I just want to give you the bottom line of these things. And all of them are facts, not opinions. I showed what I'm going to say. I showed it in a video. There is no doubt about it. There is no opinions about it. It's a fact. It's that simple. I showed what I said. So let's say I did it, said it, did it again. Now I'm saying it again. So it's not an opinion, it's a fact. First thing is about opening the mouth. When you ride a horse or lead a horse with a rope in his mouth or a bit in his mouth and he's opening his mouth. I talked about that a lot. Fact, not an opinion. Horses who open the mouth do it with the snaffle and do it with the pillow. And many times they do it with the snaffle much more than the pillow. Fact, not an opinion. Horses who open their mouth sometimes do it with good riders, sometimes do it with bad riders. Fact, not an opinion. You choose the rider, I choose the horse. I will show you the same horse will open his mouth with the bad rider, with the good rider. So if it happens with a bad rider, it's bad. If it happens with a good rider, it's not that bad. 3. Most, if not all, the people who talk about the horse opening his mouth tie the mouth or the nose of the horse with a nose band. If you ask them to untie it, their horse will open the mouth. So there is nothing special about tying his mouth or tying his nose than saying he did not open his mouth. It's just being stupid. So opening the mouth could be wrong, could be right. If you are controlling the horse, he's opening his mouth, it's normal as a reaction for what's in his mouth as a bit or a rope. But you're not hurting him. What is the proof? It's impossible to control the horse by using strength. Any good rider is not using strength. So I'm not using strength, the horse is opening his mouth. I don't want to prevent him from doing that. I can't do what people do by tying his nose or mouth and say he's not opening his mouth and lie to myself and lie to people, but the horse is not comfortable. I give him the choice to open his mouth or the choice to close his mouth. Sometimes they do open the mouth, sometimes they don't. It's not about the bit, it's not about the hand, it's about the horse. That's simple. Fact, not an opinion. So if it happens with a good rider, it's normal. If it happens with a bad rider, it's bad because of the rider. It's that simple. Saliva, as I talked about before with horses, if you put something in your mouth, ball or whatever, and you chew it, you will have some saliva in your mouth. It's healthy. Because if there is no saliva, you will have some wounds, you will have some scratches in your mouth. It will hurt you. If it's not wet, it will hurt you. So saliva makes the bit more wet, makes the mouth more wet, so it's better for the horse. Fact, not an opinion. Most horses have it, most horses do it. People in the past, especially Arabians, talked about it in poems. They always talk about it, so it's normal, completely normal with good riders, bad riders, so it's not stress. Usually it's not stress. That's a lie. Moving the head up or loose rein, I talked about that a lot in my videos. Good rider is a good rider. Loose rein or short contact. High head or loose neck. Bad rider is a bad rider. Loose neck or high head. So loose rein or short contact, high head, if the horse uses that against you and tries to run away, what you are doing is wrong. So both are wrong. If you control the horse, you are a good rider. High head or loose rein, both are good. It depends on what you want from the horse. Now, my response to the ways of riding that force him to move with a loose rein, for example, the Western way of riding, my response to them is very simple. Special, good, right, but it's not the best. Why? It's very simple. Because when the horse gives you the rein, when the horse moves with a high head, you hate him, you say he's a bad horse, you sell the horse. You can't control him. The same goes for some riders in Europe. They force the horse to move with a bent neck with a short contact. If he wants to move with a loose rein, they say he's a bad rider, a bad horse, not a good horse, they want to sell him. In my way of riding, I give the horse the right to move with a loose neck. I give the horse the right to give me his head. And the same right, same horse, will move with a loose neck. After 5 minutes, will move with a high head. He has the complete right to do it. I controlled him in both situations, in both cases. End of case. Fact, not an opinion. You cannot say that you are better when you force him to move with a loose neck. You cannot say that you are better when you force him to move with a bent neck. I give him the right to do both, which is something that he does in his nature. In his nature, he bends the neck and fights with other horses, and in his nature, he walks with a loose rein or a loose neck. I do both. Other good ways of riding, force him to do one, force him to stop doing the other. So it's natural, but it's not the natural way of riding. In this case, fact, not an opinion. Using the hand and using the leg, I talked about that a lot. All the ways of writing, with no exception, start with the hand. Our nature is connected to his nature through the hand and his mouth. A rope connecting our hand to his mouth, both nature are connected. Then with time you train him and teach him about the leg movement. Even the ways of writing who use the leg a lot, like the Western way or the Spanish way, they never use the leg. They don't even use the spurs in the first writing. When they start a horse, when they break a horse, then they train the horse for it. So natural way of riding is the hand, not the leg. You start with the hand, not the leg. Then you teach him for whatever you want. Leg, saddle, bareback, whip, whatever you want. But the fact is, you start with the hand, not the leg. That's one. Two, using the hand a lot doesn't mean that the leg is less painful. When you see a bad rider using the hand a lot, and the bad rider using spurs and not using the hand a lot, it makes no sense to say that the one who's using the hand is more painful or more, hurting the horse more. Not at all, because this guy is not doing anything with his hand, but look at his legs. He's using a small dagger that he calls a spurs. One stab from the spurs, one kick from the spurs is more painful than, let's say, 10 shakes with the ring, 10 hits or 10 strong hands with the riders who ride with the hand or use the hand. So you don't see it, but it's there. You don't see the pain, but it's there. I talked about that when I showed you the weapons. If I use a machine gun and point it at you, I don't have to move at all. I just point the gun at you, the weapon at you, and you will not do anything. Other people are hitting you, whipping you with a stick, with a whip, still they are moving a lot. Which one is more painful? The weapon or the whip or the stick? The weapon. So stop lying to yourself, stop lying to people. That's simple. So hand or leg makes no difference. Good riders are good, bad riders are bad, hand or leg. Now, you want to talk about which one is better? Of course the hand is more important because all riders need it, but not all riders need the leg. The leg is training the horse to do some moves with the leg. The hand is something that you have to do or the horse will be giving you bad results in this case. That's my opinion about these things, and all of them are facts, not opinions. I did it, then said it, then showed you, then said it again. Did it, said it, showed you, did it again. In this case, fact, not an opinion. To stop a fact, give me a bigger, a better, a more clear fact. Answering a fact with an opinion means and proves that you are an idiot or a liar. It's that simple. So that's my opinion about this issue on that.